Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for today's lockdown lesson. I'm here today with Stephen Flynn of Easy Websites, a website design company. So Stephen, you're a Bishop Briggs guy now living in Cosyth, is that right?
That's right, yeah, I moved over to here just about a year ago there, so obviously business is based at home, so originally from Bishop Briggs, Kirkintilloch area, but obviously, work all over the place really, so yeah.
Okay. And what kind of services do you provide to, and who's your client? Is it mainly small businesses?
Exactly, yeah, it's all predominantly small businesses, local businesses that we work with, a lot of local businesses, Bishop Briggs area, Cosyth, Kirkintilloch, predominantly obviously the Central Belt of Scotland really, for myself. Yeah, it's all small businesses, a lot of the time it's family run businesses, maybe, one or two employees, small limited companies, that's the kind of target market that we work with, yeah.
And you are actually doing a website for me at the moment. It's not live. We're kind of working on it, aren't we? It's got a bit of a halt in it just over the last couple of weeks, but we'll maybe get that tidied out when I get these tips from you. We'll get that tidied out and get it.
I'll not chase you for any content during the call, don't worry.
So you've very kindly offered to give us some tips or hints for small business owners that have got websites already or are thinking about putting one in place, and it's about how to improve them during lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely. Just thought, obviously, maybe what I was thinking about what I could do, really to help out, because it's a time when we're all helping each other. That's what it's all about. So it's a difficult time, as we all know, for business owners, for everyone. So if there is more people maybe working at home, they've got a little bit more time. Perhaps if their business has been temporarily closed, then maybe they want to look at their website. So I just thought maybe I could give some tips, just a few, just even a couple of hints and tips. And if anybody takes anything from it, then brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really useful. If you're our own small business owner, I know myself that I have a bit more time in terms of the business work that I'm doing. I have more time there. I've got 2 young kids, so I don't have a huge amount of time because they're obviously off from childcare. But there is things that you think, look, normally in a day-to-day job, you're always firefighting a wee bit, aren't you? There's some things that you probably just don't get round to doing, and maybe now's the time to try and work on them.
Absolutely, yeah. I think when you are busy, business obviously takes, you have to deal with existing customers, etc. Whatever you're doing your day-to-day business, sometimes the website, just going back and looking at it can sometimes take a back seat. It's not always at the forefront, but it's maybe when it was put together, not rushed, but maybe there's different elements that maybe you could go back and look at. And and businesses change as well. Products change, services change. So that's obviously maybe a good time to go back and just look at it and say, well, are we actually? It seems simple, but are we actually still offering the same products or services, or does that still apply? So maybe just to check that as well.
Hi, Susan. So how important, Stephen, is a website for a business?
It's vitally important. We live in an age, obviously, there's all different platforms available. There's social media, there's, business media like LinkedIn, there's WhatsApp. There's so many platforms out there, and perhaps just now as well, a lot of businesses are looking at these things, for video calls and, changing it. But I think that the website's always got to be at the centre of that. Any other mediums that you use in social media, any different platforms, it should always try and link in to your website as the focus. It's always there. Predominantly people using smartphones now, mobile devices, large share of the market. Then obviously the website's got to be there. Not everybody uses social media, so the website's available there to people that don't really like social media or haven't tried it before.
Yeah, and a lot of people are now using voice search, aren't they, to try and find websites while they're on the go. And it wouldn't necessarily be able to use that with social media.
No, it's I think the social media as well, there is a lot of people that actually don't like it, or are a bit, maybe go on and off social media sometimes.
Yeah.
So obviously if they're not using social media all the time, then, if businesses aren't posting or whatever, then you're not going to be at the forefront of people's minds. So I think that's another reason why it's always got to be there. And that's, again, comes back to, if it's a good time to refresh content, that should always really be something looking to do.
Yeah, and that's really your point number one, isn't it? Your tip number one is to review, have a look at your content and just think, look, is that up to date? Is it what I'm currently doing? Is it what I want to be doing when the lockdown's lifted?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems really simple and really obvious. There's nothing technical about it or anything. It's sometimes just not really discussed or not really, don't look at it. So it's got many benefits by refreshing content. It's probably the biggest one. Like you said, there is to make sure that that the offering is still up to date. The products and services, or what you're doing as your core business is up to date. That's obvious, but it can also help, for rankings and search engines, particularly. If you update fresh content, looking at the content, maybe improving it. Obviously, there's copywriters available as well. But even just, simple things, updating it also gives a fresh look to returning customers. So, if you have customers visiting the website again, then obviously it improves the look and feel.
Yeah.
So it's just really that to make sure that improving your offering online, and it's a good time to do that. So that's really what it was just to say that these are a few of the benefits that can come from doing that if business owners do have a little bit more time to look at that.
And SEO can seem, if you're not doing a job like what you're doing, a bit of a black art. I think quite often it seems that the algorithm changes, and a lot of the information that you can find online is out of date or isn't correct on what will affect your ranking and what won't. Content's definitely one of the things. If you can maybe add blogs and things like that, that would all help, wouldn't it? And certainly a particular service or that you provide that people might be looking for. If you kind of repeat that within your page, it's more likely to get picked up. Is that right?
Definitely. The kind of catchphrase, if you like, is content is king. And that's been the case, always been the case, and it still is the case. It's if you have good content on your website that's relevant to what you do, it's good content. Yeah, if the content's relevant, it's you will obviously get rewarded for that. A lot of websites as well are very short on content. You maybe visit the homepage and there's 50 or 60 words. That's not good. Obviously Google will reward you as well if you can have more content available there. It's a search engine. It's a search engine that rewards you for content. It wants content to search on. So, I mean, I'm not an SEO expert. There's a lot of people out there that's all they specialise in, and that's what they do. But the basics really is what I'm talking about. As if you have that content available, then you will get rewarded by Google. So you want to be looking at about 300 words minimum. Sounds a lot, but when you actually start to look at it and break it down to your different services, obviously your web designer, or if you do the website yourself, would be able to talk to you about that. The best way to display it, the best, the design of the website, whether you're using boxes or icons or different ways to divide it. So but content's king. That's still very, very relevant.
Okay, so leading into your point 2 then, content's king, but number 2 is that you have to have a reason for your website, isn't it? A purpose.
Yeah. What's very important is the call to action. I think again that it seems really simple, but a lot of the time it's maybe overlooked. Businesses might think, well, I need to have a website because everybody else has got one. So my competitor has got a website, so I have to get a website as well, so that they can compete with them, etc. Which absolutely that is the case, but just actually thinking about the message that you want to get over on the site is important. And again, it seems really obvious, but actually a question that I ask a lot of clients, when I first meet with them is what do they actually want to achieve from the website? It's a simple question, but again, it's looking at the purpose. Just to put it simple, the user's journey, looking for products or services. For example, if you run a restaurant or a bar and you want someone to book a table, that should be the first thing on the website. Make a booking, or look at the menu. If it's a hotel, book a room. If it's a building merchant, for example, or a trades company, and what they want to do is just simply get an inquiry through, you could have a simple inquiry form. What we spoke about earlier as well is having a little callback for them. Perhaps if the user doesn't have a lot of time, you can even leave your name and your telephone number, just ask for a call back, or you can also have a more detailed inquiry form as well. When more information is available, you can ask more questions, because not everybody wants to leave all that information, obviously. So
yeah, and people have a really short attention span when it comes to websites, don't they?
Yeah, you have to capture them, basically within
Yeah.
the first 10 seconds, visiting the website, because obviously it's always the same, if you go in somewhere and you can't find what you're looking for, it's not relevant, it looks out of date, and it's it's not precise, it's not clear, there's no call to action, then you're more likely to move off and go to the next one. So you've not got a lot of time, and it's that. So again, that's why it's important really to think about the user journey, the customer's journey. From going to Google, typing in what they're looking for, they should be landing on your website, and when they get to your website, really the offering should be there on the first page, on the home page, because by the third click, usually, the interest is gone, or if they've not found what they're looking for, then it can be easy to go off somewhere else. So looking at that as well, yeah.
So number 3 then is personalisation of a website.
Yeah, I think, well, predominantly I work with a lot of small businesses in the local area. And I think to personalise the website, if it's relevant, obviously depending on what business that you're in, but it's good maybe to have a little bio on there, just talking a little bit about yourself, personalising it a little bit. And also as well, linking off maybe to any platforms like social media, or even linking off to LinkedIn, which is obviously for business users as well, which gives more information. So I think it just maybe makes you more visible, slightly more visible, particularly if you're networking, doing networking locally as well. Then what happens is if you're going to be visible out there networking, anyone that's maybe looking on the the meetup pages or whatever pages that you go in to sign up and register, etc., they're likely to have a look at your profile. If that's linking over to your website, then it gives more information about your company, more information about the services that you offer, and a little bit about you. Not War and Peace, putting up pictures of out walking with your dog and stuff. Nothing like that, but just just really maybe a little image of you, just saying this is a little bit about your background and what you offer.
Yeah, because people buy people, don't they, really? And I think people are now moving away from brands. I think, previous generations, it really was all about the brand, whereas now that's becoming a wee bit more irrelevant. It's more about the personal touch or the personal brand.
Definitely.
People we're seeing each other on social media a lot more now. It's slightly different, isn't it, the way that we're actually buying and making those choices?
Totally, and I think with what's happened recently, through all the difficult times, a lot more people will probably turn to using local businesses. I know if I can use a local business, I will, 100% before going anywhere else. Keep it local, absolutely. So, maybe by personalising that can have its benefit as well. Just to be a wee bit more visible. That's a good thing that will come from this. And obviously with more people doing what we're doing right now, going on video, you would never think to do it before, or maybe not do it as often, but
or think about it and put it straight out your mind again.
Yeah, and it's quite daunting at first, when you think about what you're doing, but obviously, if it helps, then that's great, and it's a lot of people are maybe isolated, etc. So hopefully, that this will help as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of people out there are using delivery services and things, local businesses that they maybe wouldn't have ever used before, but now they're actually really reliant on them. So I think when we come out of this lockdown, hopefully there is going to be quite a few changes. And, people working from home, hopefully employers are going to be a wee bit more flexible about letting people work from home occasionally, maybe flexible around childcare.
Definitely. It's great to see that, local businesses offering their services, like the local greengrocer. But to be honest with you, I'll admit there's some small businesses that when they were advertising, I didn't really know where they were or what they were doing. But now I know they're there, so obviously because they're putting themselves out there a little bit more, maybe doing a Facebook live video or, just a post on Facebook. yeah, it's great to see, and I think it will continue after lockdown's over. It'd be nice to see that continue, and obviously it's good if local businesses can benefit from it.
Definitely. So if anybody's been watching this today and they're thinking to themselves, oh my goodness, I need to get my website in check, I'm really needing some help with it, what can you offer them?
Well, what we offer basically is during this period is to have a free 15-minute telephone chat. Just if there's any pointers to point people in the right direction, really. So we call almost like a free website health check, I suppose.
Okay.
Just any pointers, can offer in this time. We're more than happy to do that.
Great, Stephen.
Working from home, we're available. We're open for business, and so if we can help, then we'd be delighted to.
Brilliant. Okay, so how best for people to get in contact with you if they want to take you up on that offer?
Visit the website, which is easywebsites.co.uk. That's all in one word. It's maybe my banner behind me, if you can see it. I've got it positioned right. Easywebsites.co.uk. No spaces, no hyphens, just all in one word.
Okay.
My mobile number's on there. Obviously, I'm on LinkedIn, just under my name, or the Facebook. If you want to contact us through Facebook as well, or just message, and I can give you a call back. Telephone still exists as well, I think, so we can still chat on the phone as well.
Yeah. Well, that's brilliant. Okay, thanks very much. Well, I suppose I'd better go and get working on my content then, shouldn't I? Before the rush of people come looking for their health checks, and we'll try and get that finished before the end of the lockdown. That would be good.
No bother. Okay.
Thanks for coming in, Stephen. I hope people have found that useful. It was good for me. I hope you've enjoyed it too. You've got over your first Facebook Live. Well done.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's great. No, thanks for doing it. I think it's a great thing to do. Given the time, and I've enjoyed them over the last couple of days. So hopefully there'll be more people coming forward and over the next couple of weeks and get some interesting stuff. Nice one.
Yeah. Okay. Take care.
Right, thanks.
Thanks
See
so
you
much.
later.
Bye.
Okay. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.